Hello, Starseeds. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. I'm so happy to have you here. So today I actually want to talk about the Starseed Mission. I've been getting so much clarity around this, and I really want to cover it in case there's like different pieces that might enlighten you, fill in some of those pieces of the puzzle for you, and really help to see where in your own life this is coming in, or maybe you're being called into your mission, right? You can call it the Starseed Mission, or you can call it your Earth Mission. Both things work. And we're going to talk about that today in depth. Before we jump in, I just want to remind you to please make sure that you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share this video so that other starseeds can find it. This is actually like one of those ones that's really important to share because it really sparks the soul remembrance in all of us of why we're here. And it helps with the awakening too. And then what is the other? Oh, and also remember to subscribe to this channel for new videos every single Sunday. Okay. Is there anything that I want to share with you before jumping in? Just always, as always, I want to always just give a shout out to my members. Thank you so much, you guys. We just did the most incredible event. I'm filming this on a Thursday evening after an event in the membership where we were, oh my God, we were doing relationship alignments with the soul. So you know how you have like cords between you and other people? We were like dissolving the ones that are no longer for our highest good, strengthening the ones that were, and then calling in those new juicy relationships that are like so aligned and supportive and amazing and fiery and passionate and good. But not just romance, of course, in friendships and in work too, calling in the client, if you're an entrepreneur, calling in those soulmate clients. So we did a lot of good work. And then there were some really special surprises because with these events in the membership, they are all completely spontaneous and channeled in the moment. So I actually am surprised every time, like new stuff will come through or happen that I wasn't expecting. And it definitely came through at the end of this event after we had done the cord stuff. There was like a big moment, and I explained this on my Instagram stories if you were watching, or maybe you remember and you were in the event, this huge moment of Gaia rising up from the center of the earth, from the crystal core of earth, and standing behind each person and then wrapping them up in rainbow light and explaining to me what she was doing so that I could explain it as it was happening. And people were feeling these waves that we all described as coming from like the toes or the root chakra, even from the bottom up, waves up of this intense energy. And I saw it as rainbow light, and she described it as crystalline, diamond code frequency. These all kind of mean the same thing: rainbow light, crystalline energy, diamond code frequency, like that rainbow warrior activation, 6D divine human blueprint. Basically what it was is the 5D ascension is all about consciousness. This video, oh my God, I'm sorry, it'll be over soon. Trust me, this is important too though for the Starseed Mission. The 5D ascension is all about conscious awareness. It's about you becoming more aware, you waking up, and it all has to do with consciousness or energy and frequency rising. It's not physical necessarily. When it gets to a physical place is once you've really anchored in a lot of that 5D frequency, then you're ready for the 6D frequency, and the 6D is this rainbow light, crystalline, diamond code frequency. Once you start downloading that into your body or receiving it as a gift from Gaia like we did, this is now a physical ascension. Now your ascension has gone to the next level. It is coming into the body in a very physical way and making actual physical changes to your DNA. We are becoming crystalline. We are becoming the new divine human. We are creating this new earth society. And it was always in the cards for humanity to have an evolution like this. And it's just like, it's just so powerful and so potent. To sum up, I love my membership. I love everybody in there. I love the work that we're doing. It's so important and it's so nourishing. So that being said, check out the description of this video for a link to the membership. We are on a brand new platform. It is a private platform on my website. We are no longer on Facebook, in case anybody here has an aversion to Facebook the way that I do. Well, you won't have to worry about that anymore because we are completely on a private platform now. And there's so many fun things on the platform: challenges, group chats, leaderboards, like circles, which are like basically like updates, meetups, lots is happening over there. Okay, let's jump into today's video. We are talking the Starseed Mission. So, you know what I first want to start with? My first note here that I have written down beside me is to talk to you about soul gifts. But I am now feeling nudged by spirit to just have one point before that. The point before that is, what is the difference between your earth mission and your soul purpose? And a lot of people get this confused, and I'd like to clear this up for you. So, soul purpose is a lot bigger than an earth mission, okay? Because it doesn't begin and end with your earth life here, your lifetime or your incarnation. Soul purpose is something that is ongoing over many, many lives. Most people's soul purpose is to heal back to wholeness, oneness, right? Because if you've seen the video on this channel called The Journey of a Soul, it's a really powerful circle journey that we take as we leave the higher dimensions and we come down and then we rise. It's actually a descension followed by an ascension. And so the purpose, the soul purpose is big. It's like a whole cycle, one of those big cycles that can be hundreds of lifetimes, thousands of lifetimes. It's about the lessons that you want to learn throughout one of these cycles. And you've probably done even more than these cycles. These cycles are, again, watch the video Journey of a Soul. I can link that if I remember. I will remember. It's a lot bigger. The soul purpose is about an entire soul cycle, which is lifetimes in the angelic realms, and then you're descending into like 11th dimensional ascended master realms, maybe 10th dimensional, maybe that's like an Arcturian or maybe a mantis realm, and then you're going down through the dimensions all the way down to where we are here on 3D Earth, which is super advanced and difficult. And some people go lower, and I describe in that video, why would you want to go lower than Earth? What's down there? Why do that? There's a lot down there, and there's a lot of reasons why you would. And then you're ascending back up the way we are right now. We're on an ascension path, aren't we? We're going back up after Earth. We're going higher, 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 all the way back to source. That's one full soul cycle. Your soul purpose for that cycle would be, I want to learn lessons about, I want to clear karma. I want to balance karma is really, you don't clear karma, you balance karma. I want to balance my karma. I want to learn about forgiveness. I want to learn about the dark and the light, the shadow and the light, and how they integrate together and how we are all one. It's a bigger purpose. Okay, that's a soul purpose. It's huge. Okay, it's not like, what should I do for work while I'm on Earth? That's an Earth mission. That's a Starseed mission or an Earth mission. Okay, that's a lot smaller than soul purpose. Okay, so just to like a little bit of clarity around that. So your Earth mission is the reason that you're here on Earth. You volunteered to be here. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because all these people are arguing with me right now. I can just feel it. No, but you actually did. It might not feel that way. Maybe you don't remember, but you actually did. If you're here and you're awakened, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you are having a spiritual awakening, then you actually did volunteer to be here. So, and there are many, many reasons why we volunteer to be here on Earth. One of those reasons, or one of the biggest reasons, is called a Starseed mission or an Earth mission. Okay, it's the way that we give back. It's the way that we can be of service. Are we also receiving things from being here? Like smaller reasons for being on Earth? Yeah, absolutely. There's probably lots of karma balancing that can happen here. There's lots of healing that can happen here. Earth does have a lot to offer by way of healing and learning through contrast and obviously the biggest one of all, learning how to awaken in a system that is literally built to keep you asleep. If you just awakened on Earth, like if you're here feeling like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty like aware, consciously aware that I'm a soul within a body. Okay, this is huge. Okay, congratulations. You just woke up on one of the hardest places to wake up in like the universe. If you can wake up here, I feel like you're going to be able to wake up almost anywhere, which is amazing for you because that's pretty much like a safety thing. Like, and the goal a lot of the time in these lifetimes is to remember who you really are. So, okay, I digress. Let's talk about the Starseed Mission. So you volunteered to come here. You were going to get some out of it, but you're also giving back. and you're also here to be of service. That's the Starseed mission I want to talk about. That's the Earth mission I want to talk about. So you can't start talking about that without talking about soul gifts. You came here with soul gifts. There are literally gifts that you carried inside your soul all the way to Earth. Okay? These soul gifts are your way of being of service. Being of service to yourself, of course, we do have to serve ourselves, fill our cups up first, and we deserve that. But also to be of service to others, to humanity, to the ascension, the global scale awakening. We're of service to that. We're of service to the light, aren't we? The soul gifts are what we use to be of service. So sometimes people know what their soul gifts are. Like some people can just say like, I know I'm a healer, or I know I'm here to heal. Other people are like, well, I know I am an artist of some kind, or an author, or a reader. It's like divine archetypes. Like I am definitely a teacher. That is my divine archetype. That doesn't mean I don't have other soul gifts. Yes, you have more than one, but one might feel a little more prominent than the others, and they don't all open up at once. They can open up over time. So like I didn't start out knowing all the things that I could do and what all my gifts were. It starts a little smaller, and then you evolve and you have this soul remembrance, and these gifts, it's like they come online. It's like they're activated as you do this work. More and more gifts are activated and come online. You get even more powerful, and the gifts that you do have actually continue to expand and get more powerful, like my channeling. Okay. And then, so soul gifts can also be connected to like other lifetimes. So here's an example of that. So I've seen because I can do like soul gift discovery with people, and I've seen that these gifts come from like, oh gosh, ancient Egypt, Atlantis, Lemuria. One of the most interesting was like Arcturian. This was a soul that was here to be a healer, but they weren't here to heal just any regular old way. They were here to heal in this really, really interesting, different, like super unique, very galactic Arcturian way. And they were here to bring this Arcturian healing through to Earth. And nobody else was like really doing anything like it. So that's what I mean by soul gifts. They're so unique. They are like innately within you, and they are sparked through soul remembrance of who you really are. And once you start working with them, they spark even more and more remembrance as they become stronger and more open and activated, and they will evolve according to Earth, right? So they will evolve in a way that makes sense here. So why are soul gifts important? Well, they're pretty much like the foundation of the business, right? So I'm assuming, because in most cases, the Starseed mission or the Earth mission involves you unplugging from the 9 to 5, because starseeds do not do well in the 9 to 5. I'm not going to lie. There's obviously rare cases, so I'm not judging if you love your job. That's awesome. Like, honestly, good for you. But most of us can't do it. Like, it hurts us. It is so painful. It is so draining. It feels so inauthentic. It feels like you have to pretend and live this double life and not be yourself. And there's this weird irk around having a boss, being told what to do, when to do it, where to be, like, oh. And then there's also this weird thing around like, why would I want to spend all of this time and energy for someone else's dreams? Like, if you're working for a boss, then it's their dream, or the company owner, basically the CEO. That's their dream. I have dreams. Like, what the heck? Like, I have my own dreams. I have my own gifts and my own talents. Why would I spend my precious time here working for somebody else's vision? Like, we're too entrepreneurial of spirits for that. So most starseeds are going to be the happiest being entrepreneurs. That means having your own business and offering your own services, which are the soul gifts that we were talking about. That's the beginning, right? So these soul gifts are the foundation of that business. This is how we start. This is how we get going. So for me, how this looked was, if I'm a teacher, then I started on YouTube, just sharing, just creating really, really powerful, adding value content to people's lives, added value content, teaching vulnerably, openly, about star seeds, basically. And honestly, you guys, I did it before it was cute. Like, I did it before it was trendy, and I got a lot of like, I guess maybe we want to call it pushback around people being like, what the F is a star seed? Like, this girl's crazy. She's on drugs or whatever. Now it's a lot more accepted, and maybe it's not like mainstream yet, but it's getting closer. Anyway, I digress. But then that led to, it's so organic, right? Once you get on your path, once you put yourself in the seat of service, which for me was showing up as a teacher online, I put myself in the seat of service, and I started receiving these beautiful, beautiful messages about how much I was helping people, how much they resonated with my energy. A lot of people also saying, you seem so familiar. Like, why do I feel like I know you? Like something in the eyes or something. It's like, I know you from another life. I want to let you know that if your clients or audience are saying that to you, that means that you are successfully attracting to you, magnetizing to you, your soul family and soulmate clients. That's it. That's the frequency you want to be in. You want to be hearing things like that. You want to be hearing people saying like, I really resonate with you. Like, what is that? What do we know each other? Like, what's going on? Like, you speak my language. All of those kinds of comments are hints that you are being very authentic. And by doing so, you are calling in the right people. Okay, so that's a great sign. Then those people started telling me that they were needing services. Like, do you offer services? I'd love to have a service with you. What do you do? And so at that point, it was for me to decide, like, okay, what do I do? And I was a Reiki healer. I mean, I was trained in Reiki, but just like with star seeds, we can learn something and then we alter it. Like, you have to go off the books. I know I've said this on this channel before, but it's all fine and well to get like some kind of like a regular course. Like maybe you take a tarot course, or you take actually I took an oracle card course too. I've taken a few courses. Maybe like me, you take a Reiki course. What that's going to do is it enters into your system. It's going to teach you something, but what frequency wise, what's happening there is it's actually activating a soul gift within you. So I had also not just teacher archetype, but a healer archetype. Okay. So me taking a Reiki course activated my healer archetype. Once it came online, I was like, I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it my way. That's a good sign too. That's a really good sign, actually, that your soul gifts are coming through when you want to do things in a unique, intuitive way. Always allow your intuition to guide you. The way that I do healings now, like, it honestly doesn't look anything like Reiki at all. It's not. It's just not. That was just for me to remember, be activated by the energy of a healing energy. So any energy course would have worked in that case, because what it did was activate the galactic healings that I offer now. And then it's grown obviously from there. Then it turned into channeled readings as I activated my channel and remembered how to do that. It's all remembering, right? I love teaching people how to do that in my courses too. Like, teaching people channeling is my favorite thing to teach. And then, that, as if you've seen my journey, it's really, really grown. It's gone from one-on-one services of what I've just described to a membership, to teaching courses, to now doing coaching, like one-to-one mentorships. Right now, I really am focusing on business mentorships because I'm very passionate about helping starseeds unplug from the 9-to-5. And I'm also very passionate about helping starseeds that were the pioneers and went out there and did start a spiritual business. But I can see that it's just not like, it's not at its full frequency, right? Like, they can feel that there's no real momentum happening there. Maybe it's not growing, or maybe the people aren't booking like you thought, but the momentum's not there. So I really, really love helping spiritual entrepreneurs with their businesses. So this is a huge passion of mine. So basically, my Earth mission, as I've learned, going through all of these different ways, following my soul gifts, my Earth mission, turns out, is in a very huge part of it is to help other starseeds get going on their own Earth mission. Like, what a cool mission to help other starseeds to do what I do, to get a really successful business going so that they can unplug from the 9-to-5 and be abundant and be free and be creative and be bringing through these really super unique soul gifts that this earth needs. We need the frequency of those. that helps with the global scale awakening, right? So basically Earth, like when we talk about global scale awakening, what we're heading into is a golden era. Earth has had golden eras before. Like we've had Lemuria, we've had Avalon, we've had Lemuria, Atlantis kind of like was the end of Lemuria, basically. I'm sure there's been a lot more. There have been lots of golden eras probably here on Earth that maybe are so far away that we can't tap into them. Now, Earth is also on a cycle. Talk about a soul cycle. We've talked about that today. Earth has one too. Each planet has one of these cycles where they have a golden era at the top, and then they have a certain amount of years of descension. Then they have like what people call the dark ages, and then they have a certain amount of ascension, and then they're back in the golden era. It's a frequency thing, and that has been measured. You can actually look this up online. Scientists and historians have seen Earth go through multiple cycles already, and it's roughly 24,000 years total, so 12,000 years of descension followed by ascension. If you've never heard that before, I want you to write this down. Google precession cycles or the precession of the equinoxes, and it all has to do with the way that Earth and the sun interact on the journey. There's like a photon belt that we travel through at a certain point that like spikes the frequency on Earth, and we go into this golden era. We have like the huge purge, like what we're doing now, of the darkness, so we can land ourselves into a beautiful golden era. So we often, as starseeds, call this golden era the new Earth, right? It just feels good. It's like, it just feels so fresh and beautiful. And it's like it's there, like it all, like because time is not real. Like there's too many big concepts in one video. I'm so sorry, I just can't help it. Because time is not real. Yeah, there's another like bomb drop. It's not, though. It's man-made. It's actually not about past and future. Everything is happening simultaneously in this now moment. So that means New Earth already exists. So all we have to do then is not even necessarily create New Earth. It's help the frequency of this current Earth align to the New Earth, bring in the higher frequencies, help people with the awakening and support that. And so we go first. Right? So that means that we wake up first. Like, you probably had your spiritual awakening before a lot of your friends and family, but maybe you're starting to see a little bit of that happening now in the people around you. But we go first because we are the leaders of the new Earth. We were sent here to do this work. So we go first because we blaze the trail. We are the pioneers. It's incredible. It's like you can see what's the word? Oh my God. Sorry. 1 second. I'm blanking out on a word right now. Evidence. Oh, I was stuck on the word advice. That wasn't it. We can see the evidence all around us in the world that this is true, that we go first, right? So we go first, we do it personally. So we have a personal ascension, like a very individual spiritual awakening. We do it like as an individual. It's sacred and it's ours, and we go through that personally. And then you'll see it happen for somebody like me that goes through it personally. Then you'll see all of a sudden it happening in a business way, right? So I went through my own healing, my own spiritual awakening, and getting sober and healing from all of the, abuse and stuff that I've been through. And if you're interested in learning more about me, I do have a video on this channel called My Journey, I think it's called. You can find that as well. So we go first personally, doing all this healing and shadow work. And then you'll see people that have done that are the ones that start spiritual businesses first. Like we're the ones doing that. So I want you to know that means that everybody that you see out there on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or YouTube or wherever, if you see them and they've started a spiritual business, I want you to send them love. I want you to send them so much respect. And if you can support them, please do so, because these are the pioneers of this new Earth frequency that we need to align to in order to get to that golden era. So if you're one of those spiritual entrepreneurs, thank you. Thank you so much. Like, you were so inspirational to me before I got started. All of you beautiful spiritual entrepreneurs out there, I saw you out there. I saw you putting in the work. I saw you with your messaging and your offers, and it was amazing and it was inspiring and it moved me to do the same. And I hope to now be able to do that for the next wave of people. And then we just keep going and we keep going and we keep going. And it's so beautiful. So yes, support them. Okay, speaking of waves, so the awakening happens in waves. Why is this important to the title of this video, the Starseed Mission? Because as new waves are happening of awakening, we can't all awaken at once. There's not the support in place for that. We have to awaken like one wave of volunteers at a time so that as we awaken, they can help us and then we can help them and then they can help. It's all this like ladder effect. People need a lot of support when they're going through an awakening. Can you remember when you first had your awakening? I was on Google all the time. Every single night I was on there like Googling near-death experiences. What is a Kundalini awakening? What is between life and death? Like, I was really into near-death experiences. That to me felt really important to research. I did a lot of research around that. Then what is a starseed? What are the Pleiadians? What are the reptilians? And like, if somebody hadn't gone ahead and done a lot of channeling, the pioneers, right? The ones that we should be so grateful for, the first wave. If you're interested in waves of volunteers, read some Dolores Cannon books. She has the Waves of Volunteer books, and it's really, really amazing stuff. But yeah, I mean, we just have like our pioneers to think ahead of us. So, and then we get to be that for the next. So there will be new waves of awakening, and they're starting to get larger. Like, it's starting to go a little mainstream, starting to get big now. They need a lot of support in place. So this is your call to action, Starseed. We need you. All these people are awakening. We need all the healers that we can get right now. We need all the readers. We need all the coaches and the teachers. We need the light language transmission people. We need the musicians and the artists and the meditation creators. We need your gifts. You're here to do this, and it's time. If not now, when? It's literally 2023. Are we on the brink of something? Like, we can just feel that we are on the brink right now of like a crumbling old society. We've got to get that new one in place. We've got to align to that new earth. So we need you. We need your soul gifts. We need your courage. We need your pioneer entrepreneur spirit. We need to get going, you guys. It's time. So this is your call. And if you've been feeling this way, you're not alone. And it's a very exciting feeling, but it can also be scary. Don't let your ego block you from this. Your ego is like a really, really ancient system, because our brains are really old. Like, we have these reptilian brains or whatever. And there's this ancient, is it the amygdala? I don't know. There's something crocodile-like in there that is going to stop you from doing anything different at all, because its only job is to protect you from death, like death. So it's very dramatic and it overreacts to everything. So if you try to do anything different, like, oh, I'm going to try a new healthy eating, or I'm going to, I don't know, like read this book about emotional healing and try to do the exercises, that thing in your mind that senses, oh, there's something new happening. My human's trying something new. It will just flood your body with fight or flight. Like, you're gonna die. You're not gonna die. You're just going to change, and you're going to expand and evolve. We have to understand that we might have some old technology in here that we need to override. Okay, so if you're allowing it to sabotage you, like you're self-sabotaging every time you get going on maybe starting a spiritual business, I mean, I'm not calling you out, but do you have like, maybe I am a little, do you have like notebooks of business ideas and then you never do anything about it? Maybe your guides are literally giving you downloads all the time of, do this service, do this offering. Maybe you see your gifts growing and you're still not using them in service. Maybe you're having all the signs, like, oh my God, your guides are like sending you all the friggin' numbers and the feathers and the coins and the synchronicities, and you're getting all the signs and you're not doing anything. Don't let your amygdala crocodile stop you from living a life of your dreams. You won't die, actually. It will expand your comfort zone. as soon as you step outside your comfort zone in any way, like letting go of a 9 to 5, ooh, that's a big one, isn't it? Because doesn't it feel like stable in a way? Like, oh, it's stable. I get this very secure paycheck. Okay, let me just tell you right now, I worked for a really long time in business, working my way up to being like an operations manager of this like company. And the wage that I was making annually is less after years than not wage, but the first profit, I guess, or amounts, the abundance that I made in my first year as Starseed Academy. Because as soon as you follow your passion, your soul gifts, and you put yourself in the seat of service, the universe will rush in to support you. It will rush in, and you will all of a sudden have like all these doors of opportunity, all the people reaching out. It's like being in the right place at the right time. It's like being in the flow. When you're in the flow, you're going with the current because all those signs are happening, all those coincidences, everything just feels so flowy. And when you're fighting against the current is when you're out of the flow. So that's really important to know as well. You want to be in the flow. You want to be, the point of this was just that the 9 to 5 is actually not a safe place. Okay. It's just a security blanket, but it's not the great place that you think it is. Like you can do so much more on your own. I promise you that. You do not need to trade your precious years and years and years away until, like, what are you supposed to do? Work until you're like 60? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you, like, that's your whole life, it feels like. What do we live till here on earth? Like 80? Like, do the math on how much of your life that is. That's retarded. You're going to go to school and then you're going to work and that's your whole life. Like, that's not it. That's not it, baby. What about the travel? What about like, I love travel and like different cultures and exploring the world. And what about like the explorations that you can have within yourself and the hobbies that you can pick up? And what about your dreams, right? Because when you're doing what I'm doing, I mean, it is work. Okay. Like it is work. I do have lots to do all the time. But it's not like the 9 to 5 work at all. Like for instance, like I get to be at home, which is amazing. If I have a bad day, if I don't feel well, okay, reschedule stuff. I'm the boss. If I want to try something new in my business, I can. If I want to take time off, I can. And even while I'm doing the work, it's not like it feels like work. Like it feels so good. Like it feels so, so good. Like I was sick all of today. I'm filming this in the evening. I mentioned this earlier. I had an event, right? I was sick all of today. So I was able to reschedule everything in the morning, take the afternoon easy for myself, and then in the evening when I was feeling better, host this really powerful event. That event did not feel like work. That felt like hanging out with friends and having this amazing experience of this like rainbow warrior frequency coming into it was like the most beautiful thing. I can't believe that this is my job. I can't believe that this is what I do for work. And afterwards, I felt like about a million times better. I'm like riding the post-event high right now, which is why I wanted to get the video filmed. It's just so flexible and it's nothing like working for a boss. And like I said, starseeds don't do well in the 9 to 5. If you do, okay, fine, wonderful. But I'm speaking for the majority of us. Most of us don't. It's killing us. It does not feel good. So I want to help you get out of that. And who I really want to help too is like the pioneers, the ones that started the spiritual businesses like years ago, or even like, last year. There's so many people to support. So we need all of us on board right now to support each other and the newly awakened people. So I know that you can see that. I know that you can feel that. I also know that you can feel that you're being called because your teams, I know they're sending it to you, and so is your higher self. So now it's just up to you, like action taker. People say all the time, I don't love this saying, but action takers are money makers. Okay, cool. But it's not just about the money. It's about like the freedom. And abundance is a lot of different things to me. It's about being able to travel, and to me it feels abundant to be able to be at home. And it's about the freedom, right? And it's about the fulfillment, the soul fulfillment. So, oh my goodness. So did I have anything on my notes over here that I didn't cover? We talked about soul gifts. Yes, you are a volunteer. The golden eras, the new earth frequency, how we go first personally and then in business, how we need to get support in place now. We need every single one of you for the waves that are coming up. Like there's a lot of people that are going to awaken in the next, every year it actually just feels like it gets bigger. The awakening gets more steam and more momentum behind it. So we just need so many people to support them and to support each other. So I am actually here, like, my specific Earth mission isn't really about supporting the newly awakened. Although that I shouldn't say that, because my YouTube channel does do that. A lot of people say that they find my YouTube channel and then they just binge it. So it is helping in that way. But my services, like when it comes to this, like, you know what? I do help a lot of newly awakened people, because a lot of them come to me for readings and healings, and they're in my membership. However, let's dial back to what the point is. But for me, who I feel most passionate about helping is you. Okay, so I feel like my Earth mission, because you can have like lots of little sections of it, like I've just described, but my main Earth mission right now really feels like supporting starseeds in unplugging from the 9 to 5 and getting their business started, or getting that spiritual business aligned to the proper frequency, right? So I just want you to know again that if you've started a spiritual business, I have all the respect in the world for you for doing that. And if it is not reacting, growing, shifting, whatever, evolving the way that you want it to, then I would love to help you. It would be my honor to help you in that. So I have this program called Starseed CEO. It's a business mentorship for starseeds for spiritual businesses. So it's very specific. However, it can service somebody that's just getting started or somebody that already has a business. I have helped both. I love helping both. And inside of it, there are 2 different container sizes to support as many people as possible. I have a 6-week or I have a 6-month. And there's like some really important differences between those 2. Obviously, the 6-week one is just like a burst, like a launch. I call it launch pad, because it's like the fuel to get you launched. But then once you're launched, the navigation and keeping the momentum going would be up to you. Whereas in my 6-month program, I get to be with people long term, and it's so powerful, it's so potent to be able to continually show up with people to help them in, obviously, like the vision of the highest timeline business, helping them in strategy as well, marketing, messaging, strategies, offerings, like tech stuff, like just everything that you can think of in a business, creative, brainstorming around it. And doing this, always while channeling, of course, because that's what my specialty is, channeling this information and this guidance from your team and your highest human self makes it so friggin' potent, and it works. It just works. And I love being able to be with people long-term to do that and to actually see them implement it, right? As opposed to just being like in the 6-week one, though, it's powerful. It's a lot of information, though. It's like, here's this giant download. We have 3 sessions together. Here's these giant downloads. Okay, here now you take that and go and run with it, right? So that's probably why even when people do the 6-week, they tend to want to gravitate into the 6-month as well. So all of this to just say that I'm here. I want to personally invite you to reach out. You can send me an email. You can go onto my website and contact me through there. You can find me on Instagram, and you can message me and just let me know what's up with you. Like, I care. I want to know, what are your soul gifts? Tell me what they are. Do you have a business started already? How's it going? Or maybe you have this incredible business idea. Or maybe you don't actually know what your soul gifts are, but you know that you're here to help, and you feel it like pushing from within you with this urgency, like, I'm here to do something. I'm here to help. How do I do that? I would love to work with you. Okay. So just, you're being called, and here I am offering the support in that. Message me, find me. I'm here. I would love to work with you. And other than that, I would also really love to invite any comments that you have on this video around, how do you feel about being a volunteer. Maybe that's the wrong question to ask because so many people are like, there's no way I couldn't possibly have volunteered. But you did. You absolutely did. You'll see in time, once some healing happens, you'll be like, okay, yeah, I see why I needed to come to Earth. I was able to heal this, and now I'm able to help others. And someone said to me in a message the other day, we are the niche. In business, how they always say you have to have a niche. And she was saying to me, we are the niche. That means that everything that you've ever gone through in your whole life, all the hard stuff, is your soulmate client. Okay, so for me, that is obviously like anxiety, addiction, a religious, like strong religious programming and abuse, childhood abuse, Kundalini awakening stuff. And those are some of the heavier things that I've been through. I'm sure that there's more than that. So that would mean that those things that I've been through, I went through for a reason. I like to say not one tear will fall without a reason for it all. So I went through all that because those are all the people that I'm going to be able to help. Right. And then me also like struggling, going through trying to start my business all on my own before I had a coach myself, and seeing what it takes. And then, being able to step into this beautiful role to support you. All of that happened for a reason too. All like the ways that I learned the hard way, all the struggles in business, all of that is to support you. The way that I discovered my own soul gifts is to support you in discovering yours. So like everything that we go through, everything is a part of the mission, is a part of this is how I will be of service later. So it's not for no reason. So if you've had a really difficult time, you have a big mission. It feels like the people that suffer the most are the ones with the biggest missions of all, because you're here to help so many people. So I hope that resonates. So I look forward to your comments. Tell me about your soul gifts. Tell me about what you're here to do. Tell me about your business. I love it all. I do read your comments and I love them so much. And remember, if you've got that spiritual business and you're really trying so hard to like break through to the next level of clients and growth and offerings, I would love to help you in that. So please make sure that you reach out. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I look forward to reading all these beautiful comments, talking with you about this really deep topic, our Starseed Mission, our Earth mission, and the new Earth. And it's so exciting and so beautiful. Thank you for being here. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to like. And share this one. This is a good one to share. Okay, so share it because all the starseeds, all the newly awakened, all the different waves, all the ones that have been awakened for a while, this is still going to be really helpful and spark that remembrance in them. So please do share this video. And I want to remind you always, please remember, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. I love you, beautiful starseeds. Have a great day. Bye.